Hello everyone, this is Amit Goswami, quantum physicist, consciousness researcher, and a quantum activist. In this video, I want to talk about the 7 I's of manifestation. You know about the 3 R's: reading, writing, and arithmetic. Well, everybody knows they are needed for our basic survival. Similarly, quantum science is saying that for manifesting, it's not 3, it's really 7 new things that you need, the 7 I's. The I's are inspiration, intention, intuition, imagination, incubation, insight, and implementation. You may have seen the movie Secret, in which the proposal was that if you intend and just sit, waiting for the intention to come to fruition, it will come to fruition. Well, they got 2 out of 7, not too bad. And if you think about it, really, if you wait, waiting is part of what we call incubation. Incubation is also waiting. Incubation, the imagery is of a bird sitting on an egg. What is that? Waiting. Waiting for the baby to hatch. So waiting is very important. The counterpart of creativity is imagination, doing. And this do and be together in tandem. If we practice that, do, be, do, then we get insight. And then we manifest the insight, that's called implementation or manifestation. So these 4 are just a creative process, and you can imagine. If you want to manifest something, you need creativity. If the manifestation is to be of satisfaction, if the manifestation is to make a splash in the world. Look, manifestation in the quantum worldview is not about manifesting the mundane things. Remember, those are the 3 R's. You read, write, and learn arithmetic, you will be able to make a living, on which basis you can get all your needs satisfied that you will need for your survival, including a car and a house. Of course, the Brazilian dream or American dream or anybody in the world's dream does not end with just a car and a house and making a living. It also includes, perhaps it better, a partner in life, and immediately you get into something that is just not about survival. People think that it may be, like sexuality, that's about survival of the species, but that's not why we want a partner. Do we want a partner just for sex? I don't think anybody will, in his right mind, say that, yeah, I need a partner just for sex. No, we need a partner for love. And this is a higher need. Yes, sex is part of the lower need, and yes, the 3 R's give us enough ammunition to earn the right to make a living, and on that basis, we may find a partner for supporting, and therefore, part of it, indeed. Part of a relationship is survival need. But the other part goes way beyond survival, higher need of love. Similarly, we make money, that's a survival need. But when we are looking for satisfaction with how much money we have, and how much things we have, and what we have in our life, how much love we have, how much happiness we have, that's satisfaction. Then it becomes a search for abundance in life. Do I have abundance? Do I have so much abundance that I don't need any more? Do I have abundance that I can share my wealth with another person. I have so much love to give that I can give love to not only my partner but also to anyone. That's abundance. And then again, it's a higher need. These higher needs have a specific name in spiritual traditions. They are called archetypes. If we explore these higher needs, our consciousness expands. Consciousness derives a quality of inclusivity. It can include another. You can most easily see that examining once again the archetype of love. Love is about including another person in your consciousness. It is about caring for not only you, your numero uno, but also for the other. Do you see? Each of these archetypes, there are 9 of them. There are 9 of them. Abundance, power, love, goodness, truth, beauty and justice, wholeness and self. I said it in the order that you should think about exploring them. These are the stuff that we want to manifest for finding meaning and purpose in our life, for satisfying higher needs. And the eyes of manifestation are for this purpose. Yes, the creative process is essential, but the secret is also right. Intention is an essential part of pre-preparation, before we prepare. We got to start with intention. But the quantum physics is saying something very valuable. It is saying that, look, we can intend for mundane things, you know. As I said, you can intend for more and more of those survival needs. Needs that you don't need to satisfy anymore. It's the same old, and people get caught in it. That does not give you satisfaction, that does not give you happiness. So the idea is to start with inspiration. Intend only those things that you get inspired to intend, inspired to manifest. You see the difference? Uninspired manifestation is about mundane things. Inspired manifestation is about these meaningful things and archetypal stuff. Archetypes are the context of highest meaning and noblest feelings. This is the subject of science of manifestation, the quantum way. And this is where the 7 eyes become so important. So you must start with inspiration. How to get inspiration? Well, the teacher may say something that inspires you. That's the clue to your exploration. Then you intend. Then you intend. How to intend? That too has a bit of science within it. If you intend for yourself, okay, that's just the mundane. Your own free will, you use the 3 R's, and conditioning begets conditioning, conditioned things act out, and sometimes you get it, sometimes you don't. That's one way. But if you intend these higher things, meaningful things, purposeful things, the archetypal stuff, then you follow a different tack already. You intend not only for yourself, but also for everyone, for the greater good. So the first step of intention, I intend. Of course, you intend for myself. That's where we must begin. But then you intend for everybody. I intend for the greater good. In the third step, you must recognize that in quantum physics, it's very clear who gets to choose from the possibilities, the actuality that we will experience. If you choose, that's going to be the old possibilities that you already have in your memory, in your brain. If you want the new stuff, like the archetypes, like new meaning, then guess who gets to choose? It's the oneness of consciousness. Consciousness in the deepest state of yourself. That consciousness. And so you must recognize that in the third step of making intention. You intend that your intention be in sync with the intention of the movement of consciousness. I intend that my intention is in synchrony with the movement of consciousness. That movement is purposive. That movement wants us to embody the archetype, explore and embody the archetypes. So this is where the crucial part of your intention taking place. And if your intention is in sync, which it will be, if you intend for new meaning and purpose, these archetypes, then they will, more often than not, come true, depending on your following through with the creative process. What happens after you intend this way, you get more sensitive to the intuitions. Intuitions are how archetypes come to us. The objects of intuition are the archetypes. So, becoming sensitive to intuition is a part and parcel of the 7 eyes. So, those are the 3 pre-creative process eyes: inspiration, intention, and intuition. After that, the 4 are just different way of naming the 4 stages of creative process. The first step is preparation, but the main ingredient of preparation is really imagination. You read somebody's book and then that prompts your thinking. You imagine, new thoughts come. They are not really new thoughts, they are extrapolations from what is known, but they act as seed for the next step, which is incubation. In the next step, you relax, and then those seeds of thought that you created with your imagination, they become waves. You know, whenever we are not collapsing a thought, the thought becomes a wave. Thought is a quantum object. And then this wave expands and expands, and who watches over it? Consciousness in the form of the unconscious. This is what we call unconscious processing. How do you develop the capacity of unconscious processing? How do you develop the capacity of imagination? Here, 2 kinds of meditation can help. One is called the do meditation, concentration meditation on a word or a mantra. That helps. You repeat the mantra in your mind. You do it for 15, 20 minutes every day. It will increase your focusing ability, focusing on that particular archetype, focusing on books that are written about the archetype, focusing about lectures, conferences, other teachers, that kind of thing. So you meditate to increase your focusing ability. In the other kinds of meditation, you meditate to increase the ability of relaxing. That's why you are in the unconscious. When you relax, you don't think so much. In between thoughts, you are in your unconscious. How to do relaxing meditation? You just sit down and watch whatever is happening. This is called just sitting. Just sitting. You just sit and you watch whatever is taking place. Your promise to yourself is that you will not move unless something like sneezing takes place. Those things we don't have control of. But otherwise, you are not going to move. You are just going to sit and watch whatever is taking place. Just sitting. So this is one form of relaxing meditation. This is the easiest form, right? Practicing what I sometimes jokingly call practicing learning to be bored. Initially, you just get bored, and then you realize what is happening. You relax. Your consciousness expands. That's the idea. So then the third step of creativity, sixth step of the I, insight. Insights are very interesting. Initially, people have these sudden insights, but the suddenness were not really noticed. But they were noticed when modern researchers started studying geniuses and their work. Everybody said that they come like a lightning. They come suddenly. They come like you have a surprise, aha. In fact, some people started calling the creative insight as an aha experience. Surprise gives away the secret that they are discontinuous with your previous thoughts. So what is going on? When I looked at it from quantum physics point of view, it was clear to me. Of course, what is going on is what electrons do. When electrons jump from one atomic orbit to another, they don't go through the intermediate space. Similarly, we human beings, when we have a new thought, intuitive thought culminating into an insight, then we don't go through the intermediate steps like algorithms. We just get the idea. Sudden insight, discontinuous insight. Quantum physics gives us the ability of quantum leaping. And the secret is do, be, do, be, do. You do this doing and being, the previous two processes, imagination and incubation, in tandem, over and over again. Do, be, do, be, do. Then one day the sudden insight comes. And the last stage, last step, last I, is implementation. Manifestation of the insight that you had. Manifestation of the idea into form. In outer creativity, we manifest a product. So when you begin your process of manifesting your higher needs, of course you will want to create a product for the outer world. That's not a bad way to start. You create a book on your idea of love, not bad. But then eventually you turn it inward. You say that, can I use the insight to change? Can I use the insight on love? Instead of writing a book, can I change myself and love my partner and to love the way that I have always heard it's possible to love? Love without imposing condition on him or her. Can a human being love like that? But of course, there are people all around you who know how to love like that. Not only the famous ones, we have the famous ones, Saint Francis of Assisi, he could love everyone, even animals, even birds, we know that. We know Mother Teresa, whose capacity of loving destitutes in Kolkata is famous. And of course, great poets of love. So love is something that, yes, people have been very successful lovers in the world. And you must have wondered, how do they do it? Use the 7 I's and use it for changing yourself. Use your insight that comes when you practice do with the archetype of love as your exploratory object. And you get an insight, and then manifesting that insight to change yourself is how you learn to love unconditionally. 7 I's of manifestation. They are wonderful, wonderful qualities to learn. This is what we need to teach our kids. This is what we need to bring our society back into. This is what is going to change the world. The 7 I's. Never forget them. Explore them and change your life.